Side D, baby. You ready? Or not? On the ones and twos, yeah. SAGU in the place to be. Yeah. Feels good, don't it? Hey. Feels good, don't it? Hey. Feels good, don't it? Hey. Here we go.
Welcome to the SAGU Sports Network. We are just minutes away from our second half of our doubleheader here between Southwestern Christian and the Eagles, who have come down the Waxahachie to take on the SAGU Lions. We saw the Lady Lions drop their game to the Lady Eagles.
A very good Lady Eagles.
Very good 16-point victory for Southwestern Christian. So the men look to complete the day sweep here against the Lions. But for now, let's go live courtside to our courtside reporter, Riker Russell, who's with head coach Delton Deal. Riker, down to you.
Thanks, Adam. Coach Deal, you jumped up to 15th on the national coaches poll, and that's the highest you've been ranked as a head coach at SAGU. What does that mean to you and your team?
Just a testament to hard work, but, our journey's just starting. We don't want to really look at that as a goal, trying to not pay attention to that and just play our best game, but we're really proud of them, proud of my guys. They're doing it.
Southwestern Christian is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country, and you play a very aggressive style of defense that results in a lot of steals. What do you need to do, though, to stay out of foul trouble?
You got to wall them up early. You have to be disciplined, do things the right way, box them out. They can really score the ball, so just try to punish them on the other end as well. So,
thank you so much, Coach. Good luck today. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Riker. Thank you, Coach Deal. John, we are in for a good game here in Waxahachie between the Lions and the Eagles.
yes, we are, and the Lions are definitely trying to make their final statement in this in the last few games here that they have of the conference season play, and trying to set themselves up to get one of that one or number 2 spot in the conference tournament, and it's very doable because they still have some unfinished business with MacU and some unfinished business with John Brown. And that's going to be our last 2 broadcasts. I would asterisk those dates on your calendar because you're not going to want to miss it at all.
It is going to be a fun end of the season here in the Sooner Athletic Conference. The SAGU Lions, who cracked the top 15 in the national rankings this past week, sitting there at number 15. So we'll see.
4 teams from the Sooner Athletic Conference are in the top 25 national rankings.
This is a conference to keep your eyes on, and as we were saying in the women's game, we're getting to the point where every victory, every result, it matters here in the standings for playoff positioning, who gets to host a playoff game, who makes the postseason tournament. Again, those top 8 teams are the ones that make it. But for now, we are going to take you live courtside for the opening prayer, the opening national anthem, and then the announcement of the starting lineups. Don't go anywhere. The Southwestern Christian Eagles taking on the SAGU Lions right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
You, the spectator, may enjoy. We hope you will enjoy this contest. At this time, we would ask everyone to stand, remove your hats as we honor God with an invocation. Then please remain standing and face the flag as we honor our nation with the singing of the national anthem by SAGU student Eddie Perkins. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to play. We thank you for this opportunity to watch, to officiate, to cheer on friends. And we pray that you would be with each participant, keep them safe, and give us all a good time in you this afternoon. In Jesus' name, amen. Now the singing of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red And now the starting lineups for this contest. Beginning with the Southwestern Christian University Eagles from Bethany, Oklahoma. Starting from New Jersey, a senior forward, 0, Ron Washington. From Fort Worth, Texas, a senior guard, number 1, Darius Madden. From Tempe, Arizona, a junior forward, number 5, Derek Dantzler Fulner. From Midwest City, Oklahoma, a junior guard, number 13, Richard Anderson. And from Houston, Texas, junior guard, number 14, Kristen White. The Eagles are coached by first-year head coach Brandon Rollins. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for your SAGU men's basketball Lions. From Van Alstyne, Texas, 5'10" freshman guard, number 3, Noah Bowley. From Frisco, Texas, a 6'6" sophomore guard, number 5, Nicholas Mason. From Euless, Texas, a 6'3" junior guard, number 10, Joshua Kashia. From Loveland, Texas, a 6'7" senior forward, number 14, Kenton Williams. And from Garland, Texas, a 6'7" senior forward, number 21, Darian Davis. The Lions are coached by head coach Helmut Beal, assistant coach Emmanuel Adoye, and Blake Cochran.
There you have it, folks, the starting lineups for the Southwestern Christian Eagles and the SAGU Lions. The starting lineup has not changed for Coach Delton Beal. Noah Bowling, Josh Kashila, Nick Mason, Kenton Williams, and Darian Davis round out the starting 5. And for Southwestern Christian, Ron Washington, Darius Madkin, Derek Dantzler Fulmer, Richard Anderson, and Christian White will start for the Eagles.
Here's a breakdown on where the standings are and how important this game is to Southwestern Christian. They are currently in 6th place, but with a win tonight and a loss for Wayland Baptist. And according to the paper, Wayland Baptist is a huge underdog to McU, and if that game goes down as it would look on paper, Wayland will take a loss, and if Southwestern Christian were to win tonight, they would move up. Although, on paper, Southwestern Christian is an underdog.
What a move by Nick Mason. Starting off the game strong. Fast break, pull-up jumper. It just like butter, John. Smooth.
And he was a good 6 inches above his defender.
The SAGU goes up 2-0 to start this game. Southwestern Christian missed a 3-point shot from the corner on their first offensive possession. They answer the 2 with the 2 off the hands of Ron Washington.
Washington comes in almost at 15 points a game.
They spread the ball around very well. About 7 players, I think, in double digits scoring on the season are the Eagles. Here's Williams. Williams, strong hands to get it past the defender, but misses the layup. He's got to be frustrated with himself on that opportunity. And a travel, this time going to go against Darius Madkin.
Yeah, that was a rare miss for Kenton Williams.
Yep.
And he got stuck on 2 feet and was not squared up to the basket at all, so had to kind of contort himself and put it up left-handed, just a little too strong.
Here comes SAGU after the traveling violation by the Eagles. Nick Mason has been the premier scorer for the Lions all season, 22.5 points a game. Leads the conference, does Nick Mason. Kashila, pull-up jumper, no good. Tipped back out, brought in by Bowling.
And that's what Darian Davis does so well. Just keeps the ball alive for his team.
Noah Bowling for three, no good. And tipped back down to Richard Anderson. Three ball on the way. That is good off the hands of Christian White, or rather Derek Dantzler-Fulner.
They gave him three on that, but his foot was all over the line.
Mason pulls up from the free throw line. It's good, Nick Mason.
It is just absolutely ridiculous what he can do in motion. And his field goal percentage is 63.5%. That's unheard of.
He is having an absolutely phenomenal season as Mason. And he's just a sophomore, so he's still young. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
They call it for the Eagles. A little bit of a tie-up down underneath Williams. And, yep, you know, it's at best a jump ball. So the Eagles get it.
Here come the Eagles on offense. Three ball on the way. That's no good. That off the hands of Ron Washington. Here comes Kashila leading the fast break. Leaves it to Bowling. Gives it to Williams. Williams with the left up and in. They want a travel, does Coach Brandon Rollins, but he's not going to get one. Kenton Williams with a couple of awkward looks down low. Like you said, getting stuck on 2 feet. Looks like he did again, but he was able to convert this time. That shot way off. Nick Mason with the rebound. He's up ahead. Collision and contact. He gets fouled.
That was a great anticipation defensively by Anderson. Watch, he picks right. He guesses right. Just couldn't get his feet out in front, and therefore created a road hazard for Nick Mason.
Mitchell McMullen checks in for the first time for the Lions. McMullen, one of the top players in the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio, is Mitchell McMullen. Kashila hits for three. SAGU now up 9-5 after that three ball by Kashila. Drives baseline, kicks it back out. Three ball on the way. That one's no good off the front of the rim. Kenton Williams with the rebound leaves it for Kashila. Kashila up ahead. Hop step, kicks it out to McMullen. Kenton Williams thought about a deep three. Kashila drives, gets past the defender, up and in. Josh Kashila shows the quickness.
Yeah, and a little bit of strength down there in the slash to the basket. We've seen him in the gym quite a bit this year, and it's paying off. McMullen with great hands.
Good hands, but Southwestern Christian's going to keep it. Good pass down low.
Great adjustment
Washington,
there. Yeah.
He hangs and hits. Looking to go low to Davis. Davis can't hit with the left. He comes down awkwardly. It looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah. It's a great catch there. Actually retrieved it in some traffic.
Turnaround jumper, no good. Washington back up with it. Cannot hit off the glass. Kenton Williams with the rebound. And he gets fouled.
Just think about that underneath, that rebound power that the Lions have with Kenton Williams, Darian Davis, and Nick Mason. I mean, you don't have much hope for second chance points when you got offensive crash, or in their case, a defensive crash like that.
A whistle, I'm not sure. Oh,
shoe tie.
The shoe tie. The new shoes for Josh Kashila. We're used to seeing the bright neon green shoes for Kashila. Looks like he switched up to some Hardens here for this home game against the Eagles. Not quite as neon as his old shoes.
But hopefully more comfortable. Looks like it is. He's already got 5.
Mason with the floater. That's no good. He rarely misses like that. He missed short. So a couple of missed shots there by the Lions. Keeps this deficit at 4 for the Eagles. Good move, tries to go down low against Davis. A whistle. It looks like they're gonna get Davis.
Wow. It'll be interesting to see this from our vantage point. It didn't look like Davis created. No, he didn't. No contact with the hand there. I'm not sure if they may have got the little bit of push on the hip.
But that is the first foul for SAGU, 2 so far for the Eagles. And that is Darian Davis's first foul. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, it looked pretty clean to me. I'm with you on that one, John. Second free throw on the way. That one is good. Goes 2-2 from the line. Does Derek Dantzler-Fulner. Cuts it to 2 here early on in this game. Just about 5.5 gone here in the first half. Sheila drives baseline. Finds Mason. Mason goes up and in. What a tough tug by Nick Mason.
The strength, the quickness, off 2 feet. Put a cape on that man.
I was expecting a layup, but he just kept rising and rising and throws it down.
And he was so high above, he just kind of threw it in. It wasn't like an official dunk.
3-ball, air ball there off the hands of Charles Dixon. SAGU up ahead. Darian Davis pulls up with it, but a whistle.
Oh, wow. Maybe a little makeup call there.
Christian White on the foul. Let's see here.
There was nothing. That was 100% makeup call.
So Davis is going to go to the line here for 2 shots.
Davis gets a foul on him. No, he drew air in his defensive effort, and then so did White when he just reached his hand. I didn't even make contact.
And Davis goes 2 of 2 from the line, so evens things out here. 15-9 in favor of the Lions. Long 3, that one's no good. Williams with the rebound. Darius Madkin with that long 3-ball attempt. Here's McMullen. SAGU works it around. McMullen's got some space. He's going to pull from 3. That's no good. Rebound by Madkin. Now up ahead, here comes Southwestern Christian. Baseline pull up, no good. Kashila comes down and almost loses it out of bounds, but he's able to track it down. Down low to Kenton Williams, double teamed. Tries to go cross court, he does. He finds Mason, turnaround. He hangs and gets the bucket and the foul. Nick Mason going to the line here for a potential 3-point play. Tough shot to finish through contact. He hangs and then puts it up with the right and converts. And a timeout here by Coach Brandon Rollins as we await the free throw by Nick Mason. SAGU with a 17-9 lead, looking to make it 18-9 as they are in control of things here early against the Eagles. And Coach Rollins wants to talk things out a bit here as he brings his players to the sideline for a quick 30-second timeout.
SAGU shooting 42% for the game, and the Eagles right now posting up 23%.
Here you see some of these other men's basketball games going on here in the Student Athletic Conference. Oklahoma City up on Texas Wesleyan right now, 29-22. USAO beating OPSU 19-12, and then of course MacU over Wayland Baptist right now up there at MacU 20-12. All these games relatively in the same period in the first half, so we'll keep you updated as we hear things going along here in the Student Athletic Conference as we close down and get to the back end of conference play. Mason misses the free throw, so he does not convert the 3-point play opportunity. The lead will remain at 8 for the Lions. Ten to shoot for the Eagles. Drives on Kenton Williams, and he's going to get rung up for a foul here. He can't believe it. He's not a fan of that call.
Yeah, and I think in the replay, no Lions fan will be a fan of this. Oh, he might have gotten that that left elbow.
So going to the line here for 2 shots will be Charles Dixon. First free throw is up, and it is in. Checking in for the first time for the Lions is Cortland Blake, the freshman, logging significant minutes for Coach Deal.
Baby Zion.
As you affectionately call him, Baby Zion. Here is Kashila. Long pass to McMullen. Kashila's going to pull up from 3. No good off the front of the rim. Mason almost has a rebound, but it falls into the hands of Blake. Blake fires it. It does find McMullen. Williams thinking about a corner 3. Does not take it. Down low, Kashila up and in. Good pass by Nicholas Mason.
Yeah, great power move there by Kashila. Doing some things we don't normally see him do. Just really working the low post, receiving the entry pass. Usually he's making the entry pass. Already 3 times today he's received the entry pass in the paint.
And one of the things you mentioned, we have seen him in the gym. He has been working on that aspect of his game.
Absolutely.
And it's good to see that a lot of times if guys are in the gym getting stronger, they may lose a little bit of almost.
Yep.
Almost an exciting play opportunity there. But a lot of times people guys get in the gym, they get bigger, they get stronger. Sometimes they lose a little bit of that speed. But that's not the case for Kasila. He's just as fast as ever.
And he's working hard on that, just really trying to level up his game. That's McGee with the foul. That's his 2nd foul. And that was actually going to be a good foul, or it was a good foul because it was going to be a rim rocker. And the jungle was going to get alive, I can tell you that.
Howard Turner checks into the game for the first time. He gives Kenton Williams a break. He's going to pull up from 3, and he's foot out of bounds on the reception of the pass. We've actually seen that a lot this year. A lot of times for the Lions, they receive those passes in the corner, and the back of their foot is on that sideline.
Yeah, or just trying to get comfortable with the space, and they get out of bounds and then come back in, not establishing their position on the floor inbounds, and they get called for it.
So off the turnover, here come the Eagles. And a travel is going to be called, this time on Christian White.
We've seen this so much more this year, the travel call, and I think this is a concerted effort on the referees union to watch more of the shuffling of the feet. He was dancing quite a bit. I don't know if I would have called that a travel, but it looked awkward.
Bad miss by Mason. 3-ball here for Southwestern Christian, no good. That one by Bo Archer. He puts it up, and then we get a whistle.
Mason makes a bad 3 attempt, but he gets back down to hustle to get in the way of the open 3-point shooter.
Howard Turner finds the offensive board and puts it back up and in. And then another timeout here by Coach Brandon Rollins as he wants to talk things over. SAGU with a 10-point lead, 21-11.
Yeah, you just don't want to get this out of hand. It's starting to look a little lopsided, and need to have a conversation.
And with 11 points, almost halfway into this first half, you can't be happy as a coach to see your team just sitting at 11 points, shooting very, very poorly from the floor. It's just not ideal here if you're the Southwestern Christian Eagles. And we get a full timeout here by Rollins, by head coach Rollins. Gives us a second to talk about what's coming up here at halftime as we're halfway there. A special presentation at halftime.
It's going to be fun.
We get to see Coach Hank Moore and the 2018 Sooner Athletic Conference volleyball champions receive their rings.
And you heard Adam Wright. He did say 2018. The ring maker, this is a ring ceremony, the ring maker was a little bit understocked with this custom design.
Not enough diamonds for Coach Moore's taste.
No. And so they had to mine for some extra diamonds in Africa, and it was just tough. The shipment didn't make the annual trek over, so they had to wait an extra year. But it's going to be well worth it because that was a great team, and Coach Moore has just improved this Southwest SAGU ladies volleyball team by light years.
Absolutely. It's going to be cool to see. We see some of the graduates come back to get their rings, like Celie Bruce and Callie Shaw are back in the Schaefer Center to receive these rings. It's going to be a cool moment, and we're going to show you every minute of it. So
we're going to bring it to you.
Stick around for halftime in that special ring ceremony for the SAGU women's volleyball team. And we almost get a turnover there. And we're looking to get a fast break opportunity where the line. Now, Nick Mason is on the bench, so it was going to be a rim rocker. But points is points nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, you still got Kenton Williams in there
That's true.
He can make a show of it himself. Hit the cable, and that's an automatic whistle.
SAGU ball after the missed three-point attempt. McMullen, Williams, Turner, Kashila, and Blake on the court for the Lions. Kenton Williams for three. That one's no good. Too long off the hands of the SAGU center. Ooh, good move. Spinning in the post, up and in. Darius Madkin with the left.
That was a very nice move.
Here is Turner. He goes down low. Williams, quick pass to Blake. Blake is not afraid to shoot it. And that is why Cortland Blake, the straightaway three, knocks it down and puts the lead to 11 for the Lions.
Blake comes in shooting 40% from the three-point line.
That's why he's not afraid to shoot. Another three ball here for the Eagles. That one's way off. Bo Archer misses that time. Here's Kashila. Lobs it to Williams. Williams up and in. What a pass and what a finish. And the foul. Kenton Williams going to go to the line for an opportunity at a three-point play.
That was a beautiful leave by Kashila. Just perfect. Didn't put it too high and put him in an awkward position. He got it in perfect stride. Was able to convert and get the foul shot opportunity.
These Lions are very good in the fast break.
They really are.
They are
scary. They're just scary good.
So here is Williams with the free throw on the way to complete the three-point play, and he will hit. Does Kenton Williams. Under 10, so we are halfway through this first half. SAGU up 27-13. Checking in for the Lions is Cody Farmer for the first time this afternoon.
Ooh.
Driving, tries to go up, and it almost hits. That was a good move. Another long pass to Kenton Williams. He goes up and in, converts the foul, or converts the bucket and the foul. He is going to go to line for another potential three-point play here for SAGU.
Assist from Howard Turner.
Williams.
Kenton Williams at the line shooting one.
Looking for back-to-back three-point play and one opportunities. Here is the SAGU center.
Well, when Nick Mason steps out, a lot of the duties, because it's going to go to Kashila or Williams.
Yep.
And Williams, it's going to be one of them that's going to take the heavy load for scoring. And you see, Kenton Williams knows what to do. He knows the role. He knows when he's supposed to perform.
Cody Farmer for three. He doesn't hit.
And we got a special guest in during the women's game. Your special guest was head coach Delton Dill, but this is even more VIP-ish. And we are just incredibly grateful that Coach Hank Moore would give us a little bit of time before the special ring ceremony. And great.
Howard Turner is able to hit the fast break, left-handed layup. And again, we see these Lions so good in the fast break. But Coach Moore, we're getting ready here for halftime. You've got a very special ceremony coming up. We were just talking about it. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, we've got our 2018's team won their conference championship. Had a mix-up on the ring order.
We had already prepped. We've
so
already talked about it. We told them there wasn't enough diamonds.
There you go.
First set.
For your ring,
so
for your ring, there wasn't
send it back and get it right. Yeah, we're going to recognize a very special team.
Yes, it was.
A 30-10 team, and a team that should have been in the NAIA national tournament, but we had a great year and lost in the national semifinals in the NCCAA tournament to Biola University, but just a great group of girls, and what a wonderful, wonderful team.
Is Biola University, are they a NAIA team?
No, Biola is an NCAA Division II team, and the reason they were in the NCCAA is they were ineligible for NCAA D2 tournament. They won their conference 2 years in a row, but could not participate because of the NCAA rules. When you move up the division, you have to sit 2 years.
So there's a lot of these acronyms can get confusing, but the
Yes.
NCCAA is the National Christian College,
Yes, sir.
and the NCAA is the one that everybody knows, and they're in that, but the NCCAA allows the NCAA Division II league to enter its tournament, which presents a very tough matchup for most NAIA teams because they have a bigger scholarship program and things like that. So coming in second place to Biola University, not really a bad thing.
No, not at all. Nothing to hang your head about. They beat us 2 years in a row in that same game. And
Wow.
They won national championship twice in a row. But very excited about tonight.
Yeah, we've talked about it just a little bit, and we're excited for you. You've done such a great job with the women's volleyball program here, and we know that it's kind of building up, and it's a bit of a click to get in that top 10 of the national rankings, but we know that you're well deserving of it, and you've really built a great program that I think we're going to see in the top 10 this coming year. And I'm going out, I think it's a very sturdy limb, not just a limb, but a very sturdy limb to say Hank Moore is going to field SAGU's first top 10 nationally ranked team this year.
We'll take that.
How do you feel about that, Coach?
I'll tell you, I really, you're talking, I'm sitting here agreeing with you.
Okay,
100%.
I like it.
I believe that with the young ladies that we have returning off of our 2019 squad and the girls that Nick and myself have been able to recruit and bring in, we're going to be pretty good. And I think a top 10 is not out of the picture. I really believe we'll have the talent to do some things that we've never done before. So we're excited.
And we're seeing some extremely confident young ladies on your squad on this campus, because we've heard that your spring workouts they're hard, they're tough, maybe tougher than ever, but it's really got these young ladies fine-tuned, and they're feeling good about it.
You can get college kids out of bed for a 5:45 workout.
My.
You're getting some toughness building.
Yes, you are. Well, that's what it takes to be a champion, Coach, and you are a champion.
Well, thank you, John.
And we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for stopping by.
You guys are awesome.
That was head coach Hank Moore.
It is always fun to talk to Coach. He was as a student here, my class that they introduced you to campus life.
Oh, wow.
He was my teacher.
Was he?
What they call
it S3. Yeah.
He was my teacher, and without Coach Moore, I would not have found my way to fit in on this campus. So I am eternally grateful for Coach Moore, and it's just awesome to see how good this Lady Lions volleyball team is really been performing the last couple of years, and it's exciting to watch. And I'm excited for next year.
Yeah.
And back here in the Schaefer Center,
there is a basketball
game going on, and the Lions have built a lead here, just a small lead, 41-19. They are shooting the lights out right now here against the Eagles, and the Eagles just cannot buy a bucket at this point in time. We see a block there by Mason, but SAGU up ahead here in the fast break, kicks it out to Farmer. Farmer for a three. That one is good. Cody Farmer hits a three. Everyone is scoring right now for the Lions, and they are on fire, and they are rolling the Eagles.
Well, it's like the old cliche, when it rains, it pours, and that's what it's feeling like if you're an Eagle right now. And nothing can the well is dry. Nothing's falling. They're in the mid-20s, like around 26% from the field goal. And then on the other side, SAGU just shooting lights out, well over 50%, heading north of 55% from the field. And the three-point percentage is at 60%, Adam. 60%.
Again, shooting the lights out, whatever you want to call it. SAGU has built up a huge lead, 25 points. The Lions lead 44-19. And Southwestern Christian still cannot hit on the offensive side of the ball. SAGU up ahead now in transition. Here is Mason with it. He leaves it for Davis. Mason, he's going to take a three. That one's no good. Not really something we see him do a whole lot is shoot the three ball. But Nick Mason, if he's feeling confident, your leading scorer, you got to be okay with him taking a three-point shot every now and then. And then an offensive foul. SAGU doing everything right now.
Well, yeah, you could say that, or you could just say that's a bad call. That's just a no call. That's a no-brainer, no call right there. Not a lot of he's sliding through, not a ton of contact. That was really not enough contact to knock that big boy down.
Now, when you're in a situation where the momentum is squarely in your favor, do you think that kind of influences call a little bit from the officials?
Well, you know, you would like to think not, and it shouldn't, but it just depends. It depends on the situation, the angle at which, but I felt like that referee was on the outside. He could make a judgment call whether or not that merited an offensive control foul.
Mason with a corner three. That one's no good. Hubby chases the rebound. Terrence Hubby getting his first action of the afternoon. Darren Davis thought about a three and gives it up to Mcmullen. Mcmullen's going to pull from three. That one is good. Mitchell McMullen for three. 47-19, 28-point lead for the Lions. 2.5 left to play in the first half.
They're already, there's still 2.5 minutes left in the game, and SAGU is well over meeting their quota for points at 92 points per game. They're at 94 if they just equal it in the second half. And we know that SAGU outscores themselves in the second half. Historically in past performance, you can see that they score more in the second half than they do the first half.
They definitely know how to close a ball game. Absolutely. And it helps when you got a closer named Nicholas Mason to help you close this ball game.
And Kenton Williams.
Yep.
So, and Josh Kashila has just come on like gangbusters the last 3 games, playing lights out offense. And
here is Kashila after the missed free throw by Ron Washington. Was looking to get himself a 3-point play. Here's McMullen. McMullen drives. Layup gets blocked by Washington. McMullen, not something we see him do a lot, go amongst the trees, but that was a pretty good move.
Well, this was definitely a Mighty Mouse move. He's flying through the air. Got a lot of distance on that long jump there, but the trees were too tall.
McMullen will inbound at 2 minutes left here in the first half. Again, SAGU leading 47-21. Huge lead here for the Lions. They go down low to Mason. Mason up and in. That's just easy. And the foul. Nick Mason's going to go to the free throw line here for a potential 3-point play. That was a late whistle, it sounded like. Maybe I just didn't hear it. Mason goes up. It was kind of a late whistle. Regardless, Mason going to the free throw line here, looking for his 11th point in this first half. So he is well on his way to meeting his season average.
They didn't allow the substitution exchange before the free throw. And if he makes it, they will.
Mason hits the free throw.
Now the substitution.
11 points as Noah Bowling checks back in for Mitch McMullen. So under 2 minutes left to play here, 50-21, 29-point lead for the Lions. They've just absolutely dominated this first half. That shot no good. Rebound brought back in. Floater, no good. Kenton Williams with the rebound. Up ahead, here's Bowling leading the fast break. Gets it to Mason. He goes high to get it. Hubby back out to Kashila. Even makes just passes look exciting. Kashila up and can't convert on the floater temp off the backboard.
A bit of a force by Kashila there. Rare error. He's just playing a lot of error-free ball.
Ball is stripped. It looked like Noah Bowling got a hand on it. Here's Kenton Williams up ahead. He goes up and hits the layup and the foul. Kenton Williams finishing through contact. He had Nicholas Mason with him to potentially try to let him finish it, but Kenton Williams takes it all the way. Good pass by Kashila up ahead.
You're seeing a SAGU team that is really starting to peak. And they've been good in the last 10 games, but you're really starting to see the chemistry come all the way together and create some greatness. And they're going to be hard to stop nationally, not just in this conference, nationally. And they have two of the biggest games coming up, and we just anticipate this chemistry is going to earn them a couple of huge top 10 nationwide victories in the near future.
Well, they find themselves up 32 points here in the first half, and then another offensive foul. This one goes against Darius Madkin. And he pushed off here on this move. He goes to his left. A little bit of an elbow created that space. But it will be SAGU ball. Under a minute to play here, 53 seconds to be exact. Hubby to inbounds it. Tries to get it to Bowling, but Bowling is going to be fouled. And it looks like, yep, Bowling will be going to the line for 2 shots. As SAGU finds themselves in the bonus, the double bonus. That one goes against Jakeem Wynn, his first foul. Noah Bowling to the line for 2. And he misses the first one, but he does get a second one. Not a 1-and-1 opportunity here. Definitely a 2 foul shot scenario.
And this is kind of rare for Bowling to have a scoreless half like this. It's just been a little dry for him this half. I'm sure he will respond again in the second half.
Well, he misses both free throws. Nick Mason gets the loose ball, throws it down to Hubby. Hubby goes up and throws it in. Nick Mason with the assist. Terrence Hubby getting himself a little dunk.
Crisp assist there by Mason.
Oh, and Mason almost comes away with a steal. Now up ahead, the Eagles have an advantage, and he hits the floater, does Dantzler Folner. So it looks like Southwestern Christian's going to go to a full-court press here. And you really have to try something, being down how they are right now, down
shot
32.
Off.
So the SAGU Lions will be able to hold this for the final shot. Mason almost loses it. Spins around. And you hear the crowd. The crowd liked that move.
Well, yeah, and if he would have continued with it, he had his player lost. It could have been a poster situation for number 20.
Here's Kashila. Shoots for 3 to end the half. Doesn't hit. And that will do it for the first half. SAGU leads 55 to 23. And John, if you're head coach Delton Deal, you have to be thrilled with that performance here in the first half.
Well, you're on pace for 110 points this game, or more.
Or more.
And they made it look easy. And we know Southwestern Christian is no pushover. They've been giving a lot of people, a lot of teams trouble this year, and there is no trouble in the Schaefer Center right now.
Absolutely not. Got to be happy. We're going to go down live courtside to Riker Russell, who is with assistant coach Blake Cochran. Riker, down to you.
Thanks, Adam. Coach, you have capitalized on fast break opportunities and you're up by 32. What more does this team need to do to improve?
We just got to stay within the second half. Defensively, it's been awesome. That's why we're getting transition buckets. They're in the gap. We're making every bucket, every offensive possession for them hard, and that's why we're winning. That's why we're doing a good job this half.
Joshua Castillo was named the Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week, and he already has 7 points and 5 rebounds. What has been the key to his recent success?
Just finding his shot, not necessarily shooting when he's open, but, working the shot clock down and then getting that open shot, and he's doing a well job doing that. So,
thank you so much, Coach. Good luck today. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Riker. Thank you, Coach Cochran. We're going to go to a quick break, but we'll be right back with the 2018 Sooner Athletic Conference champion women's volleyball Lady Lions ring ceremony right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
All right, introducing first, Athletic Director, Dr. Jesse Goddard. Next is Head Athletic Trainer, Stuart Dunn. Assistant Athletics Trainer, Danielle Leonard. Head Coach, Nate Moore. And Assistant Coach, Nick Moore. And now join us in recognizing the players. First, Callie Shaw, up now. Maddie Hartline. Alexis Mueller. Molly McBride. Brittany Stolly. Celie Roos. Sophia Ivy. Katie Dan. Nikki Allmeyer. Jamie Gayhart. Kennedy Wiley. Suzanne Figueroa. And Jane Sienna. We would like to thank all of these young ladies for their contributions to SAGU volleyball.
In the recruiting process, we went to a lot of NCAA, D1, D2, D1 AA, FCS, FBS, just all of them. And it's quite a process. And what we like about the NAIA is that's what they're focusing on, is the student athlete and their character and their future, and it's about them.
Leadership is influence, and there are those who are going to be gifted at it, that God's given them that gift and in that role, and so it's very important that they know how to lead according to the leading of the Spirit.
You may sense a gifting from God to leadership within the church or wherever, the marketplace, but still it would be a good thing for you to receive academic training in that.
The MOL is all about that. It's about helping people discover their giftedness, have a sense of purpose and mission.
It's a 12-course, 36-hour degree concerning organizational leadership.
I do some work as a consultant for the Texas Police Chiefs Association, and I run a leadership academy for them. But I didn't have the credentials other than self-study.
It meets the need for those who are leading ministries or churches.
There's people in there who aren't pastors, who are business people, who are in all kinds of education fields and law. We've had lawyers, we've had military people.
From school teachers to administrators to pastors, associate pastors, leaders of nonprofits, leaders of for-profits. With digital efficiency.
Professors were phenomenal. The way they lay out the course, the way they create safety in that room for you to be who you really are. That's what's important. Leaders need to be authentic. They taught us how to be compassionate, how to be vulnerable, how to be transparent.
But we recognize that there are people on the field who may not be professors, but they've got something to say. So we have two different kind of MOL programs. We have that it can be totally online, or we have what we call an executive MOL, where we bring in a practitioner.
Learn how to manage people from your heart, not just from your head.
And for 3 days, they have an opportunity to hear the passion, the heartbeat of an energized leader. They have an opportunity to rub shoulders with and hear from someone who is doing it from the field.
When I came on campus, it was like a retreat to me. It was refreshing. It was to sit in that room with other practitioners, and we're talking God the entire time. We're talking leadership and we're talking God.
Some people go, are you a born leader or are you not a born leader? Well, I think there's some people who have giftings that they have a gift like that, but everyone should be able to grow in it. And so you may be not so good, you can become good. And there's others that are gifted, but all of us need to grow and be able to influence for good.
Honey, have you applied to that school yet?
Not really into purple.
SAGU. Never say no to a lion.
I go back to J.C. Watt's definition of character that he was taught by his grandmother when he was a little boy. He said, character is doing the right thing when nobody's looking.
We felt the best way to change human behavior was not necessarily to always be on people's backs, but rather it was to catch them doing something right and to reinforce it.
What we're looking for as students in the church leadership program and any of our vocational ministry programs is somebody who has a passion for Christ, a passion for people, somebody who has an element of seriousness, but they'll be transparent and be people of integrity.
I'm looking for students that are going to invest their lives in the life of a student that says, I know how tough adolescence can be.
This degree is tailor-made for that unique life, trying to help individuals really learn all that goes into the unique realities of church leadership.
What we've done is make this degree a great combination. They're able to pick and choose various ministry classes and really get a wide range, a well-rounded view of church life. It's like build your own degree if you feel the desire or the calling.
We're equipping students that if in 10 years they say, well, God's moving me out of youth ministry, out of children's ministry, well, they can become some other type of associate. They can go into pastoral ministry.
We're increasing the internship component that goes alongside this degree. And so, this gives a good potential. A student can be plugged into a single church for 3 semesters. They could be plugged into 3 different churches.
If it's children and family classes, then, for example, there's one called Creative Methods, ballooning, juggling, clowning, all of those kinds of things that we're going to cover. We also have a course called Issues in Childhood and Family Life. How do we do care for people who've gone through abuse and neglect and divorce and all the tough things that come in life, especially in the lives of kids?
I discovered that along with other things that I had been doing.
And in pastoral leadership, they're going to get courses such as ministerial ethics. They're going to get courses like pastoral leadership itself, but then they'll also pick up things like hermeneutics and systematic theology to go along with preaching courses and pastoral counseling courses.
They're going to be learning, some of the practices of ministry, certainly, how to communicate, how to lead a service, how to, develop ministry, but they're also going to learn a lot about dealing with people, things like how to help a church turn around one that's been struggling, or how to plant a new ministry.
Whenever I talk to freshmen, I say, don't think that you're purchasing a 4-year degree. Said you're investing in a lifelong relationship. Ministry can be a very lonely place, and our role is that they know they always have a friend at Southwestern.
Ministry is not necessarily the easiest thing they'll get into, but it's something that they commit themselves to, not because of their it's a profession, but because it's a passion in their heart.
Jesus gave us a lot of indications of that, showing us that in his kingdom, leadership will operate differently than it does in the world around us. The sense of servant leadership, working with individuals who maybe at times are in deep distress, trauma, great need. So degrees in church leadership are there to help address that.
Welcome back to the SAGU Sports Network as we are just seconds away from the second half of action here between the Eagles and the Lions. Let's take a look at some of the first half stats and tell you a little story about why SAGU is up 32 points. And there you see it, 8% from 3 for Southwestern Christian, 23% from the field, and SAGU just shooting the lights out, 50% from the field, 33% from 3. Could be a little bit better if you want to find one thing to nitpick, but
well, it's true, but those percentages are a little misleading to the way the half went. The field goal percentage was actually right under 60%, and the three-point shooting was just slightly over 40%, and it was 3 or 4 shots at the very end that were not necessary, didn't really contribute to anything that they missed, and it brought the average down.
Well, Darian Davis starts this second
back
half
up to
off
40.
with a 3. So he pushes his lead back out to 35. SAGU up big here against the Eagles, the Southwestern Christian University Eagles. And they have got to figure out a way to put the ball through the net. Just really struggled in that first half. Not only from the floor, but also from 3. They missed their first shot. The second attempt is put back up and in by Ron Washington. Long pass ahead for Davis. Davis takes it in, and he converts. Almost like a wide receiver hauls in that pass and then hits the layup. Good job by Davis, but a better pass by Bowling to get it out and ahead to the streaking down the court, Darian Davis.
The no-look pass to Kashila's face.
Finds itself back in the hands of Christian White, and he hits the floater. Here's Mason to the corner for Kashila. Kashila drives baseline. We get a whistle, and they're going to call a travel on Josh Kashila.
Okay.
We'll take a look at it here.
No.
Oh, no, he stepped out of bounds.
Interesting.
Stepped out of bounds when he caught the pass and took the move on the baseline. (60-27) here, the Lions lead over the Eagles. The ball stripped away, brought back in. 8 to shoot here for Southwestern College. Bowling is going to get called for a foul here. He broke on the ball with a chance to steal.
It was a good steal.
We'll see. Does he?
He's getting pushed off. Not sure how that is going to be on Bowling. That, wow. He's getting arm barred heavily, which is a no call in that situation, I think. But you don't penalize the defense. A good defense to get around it.
And then Washington goes up through contact and finishes the bucket and the foul. You see he goes down low right at Darian Davis. And Davis gets called for the foul. He's got 3, does Darian Davis. So in a game like this, you can't really think that that's problematic because of the big lead, and he misses the free throw. Because Darian Davis, when you're up 60-29, you're up 31 points, it's not a big deal for Davis to sit for a couple minutes. You wouldn't really ever call it foul trouble in a game like this. Davis takes a 3, he drives, stops, pulls up, no good. Rebound brought in by Dantzler Fulner. Almost stolen away by Bowling, mid-range jumper. That one is good off the hands of Richard Anderson.
So Southwestern Christian showing a little life, little signs of fight, and not feeling like they're out of it. At least they're still competing.
Coach Deal calls a timeout after the backcourt violation. Interesting call. I didn't know if he made it all the way across the half-court line.
Well, if he or the ball crosses any part of the plane, they're going to call it.
Must have been the ball in that situation. But Coach Deal doesn't like the way his team has opened up the second half, so he calls a timeout. A quick timeout.
We'll get another look at it here. He
did.
crossed.
He did. I guys didn't see that second foot. Yep.
He kept possession.
Yep. So the turnover by the Lions allows the Eagles to take over, down 29, 60-31. The Eagles looking to set up their offense. The SAGU defense is so good in that first half. Turnaround hook shot, no good. But they pick up the ball and he steps out of bounds, and it will be SAGU ball. And the sideline down there, his right foot, you can't really see it there, but it comes down out of bounds. Pretty easy call there for the official. And here comes SAGU. They're able to get the ball over the full court defense, full court pressure defense by the Eagles. Triple teamed as Davis finds Kashila in the corner for 3. That one's no good. Rebound brought in, and here comes the Eagles on the fast break. Hanging, Bowling with great defense, and a whistle.
This is going to be interesting because I think that was the anticipation whistle. Let's see what happens. He knocks the ball out. It's loose.
There is no. They didn't call a foul. They didn't call a foul.
No foul, but it goes off of Bowling's heel, which he was standing on the line. Good eye by the ref.
But good defense by Bowling.
Oh,
goes
man.
Up high on the fast break. 3 ball, no good. That one shot by Christian White. Here's Kashila up ahead. Down low to Mason. Mason gets double teamed. He's still going to take the shot. No good. Rebound brought in, and the Eagles up ahead. Leaves it for Dantzler Fulner. He hangs, can't hit. Mason with the rebound. Davis finds Bowling. Bowling with the left. Can't convert, misses the left, but gets the steal. Bowling gets it to Mason. And Mason with the easy layup. we both kind of held our breath there for a second, John.
Yeah, for a couple reasons. But anticipating a dunk, but the other guy coming in, it could have been a bad train wreck.
Just an easy layup. Here's Dancer Fulner for three. That one's way off. Williams with the rebound. Kenton Williams up ahead.
That is his 11th rebound of the game. They're going to call a carry for that.
So turnover here by SAGU. Get a good look at it here. It was kind of hung out there, just a fraction of a second too long.
Yeah, you just don't want to give the ref a reason to even suspicion that. So he wasn't fully under the ball, so I don't know that that was a carry.
Oh, good pass down low. Reverse layup up and in.
Very
Trenton
good.
Washington.
Basketball number 21, Trenton Washington.
Southwestern Christian looking to cut this lead down any way they can. 29-point lead for SAGU, 62-33. Kashila with it, 10 to shoot for the Lions. And then a travel called on Kashila.
I just, you know, I don't know what the refs, and it's not just these refs, it's been all year, what they're seeing. And it's almost as they're just getting fooled and not really watching the feet.
Here is Derek Dancer Fulner. He gives it up. Open three here. No good. Rebound by Williams.
Rebound, Kenton Williams.
Here's Mason looking to take his defender to the rack. Ooh, Kent Williams thought about a long three. He thought twice about it. Here's Kashila. 15 to shoot for the Lions. They're going to leave it up to Mason. 10 to shoot. Mcmullen, he's going to pull a quick three. That one's no good. And that's going to get, oh, it's saved for the moment by Mcmullen, but it ends up in the hands of the Eagles. Now he's going to take a transition three. That one's no good. And then over the top of the backboard, they're going to call it out of bounds, and it will be SAGU ball. The effort by Mcmullen, though, to try to save that ball. Even up nearly 30, Mcmullen showing great effort to try to keep every possession they can for the Lions. And that's why Coach Deal, he likes to see McMullen on the court as much as possible, and just for plays like that, the hustle
Absolutely.
plays. Checking in for the first time is Darren Sims. Ooh, almost stolen. McMullen with it. 7 to shoot. Fakes the pass, tries to go down low to Mason. It's going to be a kicked ball. So SAGU gets 20 seconds back on that shot clock. Howard Turner checks back into the game for the first time in this second half. Sims goes down low to Williams. Williams can't bring it in. It's going to be a turnover, and the Eagles will take possession right back. Trying to find the rolling Kenton Williams. Dancer Fulner with it. Step back, mid-range is good. Derek Dancer Fulner, that's a pretty good looking shot.
It was a great shot with defense all on him. Required a lot of concentration.
McMullen thought about a three. He leaves it for Mason. Now Turner, Howard Turner, who hit a couple in the first half. Doesn't hit this one. Mason tries to go for the rebound, but it's brought in by Dancer Fulner. Up ahead, good no-look pass. And a whistle. It's going to go against SAGU.
Yeah, just a little too much contact. Didn't leave him enough room. And that's going to get called every time.
McMullen with the foul. Leading scorers for the Lions include Nicholas Mason with 13, Darian Davis with 12, and Kenton Williams with 10 and 12, or 10 points, 12 rebounds, I should say, for the SAGU big man with the double-double here early in the second half, almost halfway going in the second half. Already has a double-double. SAGU with a 25-point lead now, 62-37. And it looks like they are content with taking as much time as possible off the shot clock on these possessions, I should say. And to get it down to 11 and 10 seconds before they start their offensive really play calling or whatever they want to go into.
The refs asking the players for a little more cleanliness. Clean it up. Oh, Kid Williams taking his time.
Dantzler Follner goes up and throws it down. Oh, and then contact with Darren Sims. Inadvertent contact, just kind of knocked knees after the dunk. Here is Turner. Use it for Mason. Mcmullen has a wide open three. It's no good. Mason, or rather White, goes up with the rebound. Mason was looking to try to sky and get it. Quick three here by the Eagles. That one's no good. Rebound brought in by Mason, and here's where he's dangerous in the fast break. Mason with it. He's going to pull up. It works. Nick Mason.
He just loves that area of the court. Sees it well, has it well measured, and I'd say he's at least 80% from that mark.
Here's White. White drives, hangs, can't get it over Sims. Turner with the rebound. He's up ahead. The speed. Howard Turner drives to the basket. He gets fouled, and he is going to go to the line here for 2 shots. You see Howard Turner. That's his game. The speed. Trying to get out ahead.
Yeah, it is. Now he has 2 wide open players. He tries to push a little too in front. Makes it awkward. He does get to the line, so that was a good ending since he didn't make it. But he had 2 showboats on the side that I think the crowd was hoping for an assist from Turner.
Turner misses the first free throw this trip. Looks to try to hit the second of 2. Second free throw on the way from Turner is up. That one is good. Makes this lead 26 for SAGU. Driving and a foul. That's going to go against maybe Howard Turner. We'll see here.
See how this goes.
I think it's going to go against Turner.
Foul number 0, Howard Turner. His first.
Going to the line here for 2 shots is Charles Dixon.
Shooting 2, number 2, Charles Dixon.
Dixon with 4 points on the night. Looking for his 5th and 6th. Now just looking for his 5th as he misses the first free throw. Second one on the way. That one is good by Dixon. Makes the lead 25 once again for SAGU. And Sims with it. Mason looking to back his man down, gets it stripped away for a second, kicks it out to Williams. Kenton Williams thinks about the 3. He's going to drive, kicks it out to Sims. Darren Sims for 3. That is good. Darren Sims takes the feed from Kenton Williams and hits a corner 3.
And SAGU needed that. They're a little bit in a shooting slump. For the second half, the Eagles are definitely winning the battle and beating SAGU. Let's see, I believe that's a net or a plus 7 for this half.
All right, 7-point winning half so far for the Eagles. Williams drives, tries to get out to Sims. Here's Turner, steps back, loses it for a second, gets it back under control, but that may have forced a shot to miss. Mason tries to get the loose ball, but a foul is going to be called against Southwestern Christian, and it will stay here with the Lions.
Foul on number 1 Eagles, Darius Atkin, his second, team 3rd.
Kashila checks back into the game for Darren Sims. Coming up on 10 minutes left to play here in this ball game in the second half. SAGU with a big 24-point lead. Kashila goes down low to Mason. Mason hangs, gets fouled. He's going to go to the line here for 2 shots.
Yeah, and that's a great design play by Coach Deal to make that happen. And that's something that can be worked. You'll see that a little more in tight games towards the end of the game. Coach Deal will run that. But that's a fantastic play. And you know Mason probably 95% of the time is going to go to the line on that.
Yep. Here is Mason, who has vastly improved his free throw percentage over the last 5 or 6 games. Really, it was one of the areas, I hesitate to call it weakness in his game early on in the season.
Yeah, no, it was.
For him to be in the gym and improve on such an important aspect of his game, because he does get fouled a lot. He goes to the free throw line a very good amount. Yeah. So for him to improve it over the last 5 or 6 games like he has is really a testament to how hard he works in the gym in off days. 70-42 now, the lead for the Lions. A whistle. There's going to be a foul against SAGU.
I believe that's going to be on Kenton Williams.
A little bit of a bump there. That's only his 2nd foul. 3 ball on the way. That one no good. Trenton Washington.
Rebound, Kenton Williams.
On the 3-point attempt. Here's Mcmullen now. Mcmullen needs some help.
Yeah.
Try to call a timeout, but a 5-second violation, 5-second closely guarded.
Well, nobody came to him. They just kind of left him stranded there, and you can see Kenton Williams trying to get his guy to bite over the top so he could cut back door, and he just wouldn't. But at some point, your teammates have to realize you're stuck and go get the ball.
Good
nice
pass down low. Tries to finish over Williams, and that's a tough pass as Williams. Good defense. Howard Turner up ahead now. Turner driving to the basket. Left-handed floater, no good. Turner. Reverse layup that time is good. Good move there by Turner with the left hand. He is left-handed, but still, good move there by Turner.
Well, it's great recognition to just go up back on your own rebound strongly. And Turner doing great things right now.
Dantzler Fulner is going to get rung up for an offensive foul, and Turner is the one who drew it.
Yep.
Ooh, and caught a knee there to the gut, did Turner. That doesn't feel good. That can't feel good.
No.
Maybe got his hands in the way, but still. Cody Farmer checks back into the game.
Williams goes out as well as Mcmullen. And the newcomers are Farmer and
Darian Davis.
Davis.
Back in, yep. Here's Mason. Mason's got a full head of steam. He's looking at the basket. Throws it down. Nicholas Mason, coast to coast. Oh, my goodness.
You were kind of wondering, and nobody closed the lane off. And then you're not going to get out of that poster if you don't close the lane down early.
Nobody wanted to get put on the coaster. My goodness. Up ahead to Davis, and Davis can't bring it in. Whoa, what a dunk. Wow. We were hoping for one here.
It was so quick, too. It was the quickest flush ever. I mean, it was Kohler quick.
He checks out of the game. He needed he looked like he was going to check out.
Well, he was trying. He's trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're getting Baby Zion in.
Yeah, Blake is going to check in, I believe, for Nick Mason. Mason needs a breather. 8 minutes left, just about 8 minutes left to go in the game. We'll see if we see him again. You think with a lead like this, you should feel comfortable with him on the sideline the rest of the game. But we'll see. We'll see what Coach Deal decides to do. Up ahead, here's Kashila. Kashila leaves it for Blake. Blake up and under. Good move, good pass from Kashila.
Basket by number 15.
Blake.
Assist by number 10.
Some fancy post moves down low.
Well, that actually is something that you practice since the 8th grade, and or 7th grade, really. It's good fundamental technique. Got to hit those.
3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound brought in, though, by Madkin. Madkin drives. A whistle, they're going to say. On the floor, they are going to get a SAGU defender here with a foul. We'll see who they give it to. They haven't made a decision yet.
And just like that, SAGU comes out and scores 10 quick points, 11 quick points actually in less than 2 minutes. Very interesting how they're attacking this second half. Very patiently, using a lot of clock in their half-court rotations, and it's taking a little bit of the life out of the game itself, at least for the SAGU fans.
They hit Kashila with the foul. It took a minute to discuss who the foul should be on, but it will remain Southwestern Christian ball. Good pass down low, kicks it out to the corner. They're going to get Farmer on a foul here on the driving Trenton Washington.
Foul on number 1 of the Lions, Cody Farmer.
And then we're going to get a timeout by Coach Brandon Rollins. Wants to discuss some things. He finds his team down 34, 76-42. And SAGU has just been in absolute control of this game since the opening tip. Have really just dominated this Eagles team. Well, John, what do you say to your team when you find yourself down 34 here with?
Well, they were doing a good job up until the last 2 minutes, really, of maybe even netting a win in the half. And I think as a coach, you're not going to really try to overcome a 34-point deficit. But what you do want to do is show signs of improvement. Come out and win the half and make that the goal. Play better, and if you know that you can win a half, you let the first half get out of control. But if you know you can win a half and you somehow get matched up in postseason with SAGU again, you can point back to that half and go, look, you won a half. Why can't we win two?
Right.
And it's just good posturing for the next game.
Davis gets the rebound off the miss on the second part of a 1-and-1 opportunity there for Washington. There's Farmer, leaves it for Davis. Turner loses it for a second, gets it to Kashila. Kashila swings it to Farmer. He's going to pull a three. It's good. Cody Farmer from three.
That's a pretty long three by Farmer.
That was long. A foot and a half behind the yellow line, the international line. 79-43. The Lions lead. Three ball, that one is no good. Off the hands of Jakeem Wynn. Turner up ahead. And he slows it down a little bit. Farmer gets it back to Turner. Davis looking to back his defender down. Turnaround fade is good. Darian Davis, that's a pretty move.
That is a pretty move. Flashes of brilliance by Darian Davis.
Three ball on the way from Bo Archer. That one's no good. Offensive board. And you kick it back out to the corner. Another three ball. That one finds the bottom of the net. Trenton Washington for three.
Basket by number 21 for the Eagles, Trenton Washington.
Makes the lead 35 for the Lions. Ball tipped away. It ends up in the hands of Jermaine Henderson. He's up ahead with it now. Kicks it back out. Here's Washington again for three. That one's no good. Rebound, though, by Wynn. Gets it down low to the cutting Henderson, and he's able to go up and in and convert a second chance opportunity. Turner leaves it for Blake. Kashila's going to pull a three. Josh Kashila hits from three, and the Lions remain hot.
8 quick points in less than a minute of gameplay.
Archer drives baseline. He gets cut off by Farmer. And they're going to get Blake on a foul here. Archer cuts back out. Blake decides to try to take a swipe at the ball. Ends up fouling Bo Archer. He's going to go to the line here for a 1-and-1.
Southwestern Christian just shooting slightly over 31% from the field, but a abysmal 8% from the three-point line.
And they continue to they continue to shoot the ball from 3. You would think that they would try to remedy the poor shooting.
2 of 23.
And one of those came in this half. They've hit 1 in each half.
Yeah. That's a tough night. That is just a tough night. And sometimes the well is dry. It gets super cold. And you got to beat that next level team, you got to know how to overcome. And that doesn't necessarily mean you just make them fall from 3, but you adjust your game to look different, be different.
Well, and even going back to the women's game, we saw the Lady Eagles, who on the season shoot over 40% from 3. They shot 25% from the game, but they adjusted their offense as Howard Turner finishes for contact. He gets the bucket and the foul. But the Lady Eagles adjusted their game, and they shot the ball well from the rest of the field, and it led to a 16-point win over the Lady Lions. Kind of referencing what you say, you fix your game.
Yeah, you fix your game. You have to make those adjustments. And that takes you from being a mid-tier team to being a top-tier team. And that's exactly what Coach Dill has gotten this team to do. They believe in themselves so much that they have 3 to 4 different aspects of the way they will approach the game, and they can execute in each one of those aspects very well.
Todman checks into the game for the first time, as well as Jacob Rainey.
And you have an all-bench team for the first time on the floor together.
Pull-up 3, that is way off from Henderson, but the offensive board brought in by Jack Foreman. Washington drives, and he finishes with the right. Nice looking layup there. Darren Sims brings the ball up for the Lions. The ball tipped. No backcourt violation as it was tipped by the Eagles. Sims cuts to the basket, layup up and in. Darren Sims showing a little quickness there off the dribble. Quick first step, blows by his defender. He gets an easy layup. (87-52) now. The Lions lead here with about 3:45 left to go here in the second half. Stolen away. Here's Sims up ahead with it. Gets it to Rainey. Rainey cuts the basket, finishes, goes up with the left, but he gets fouled. Say finishes. He went to go up with the left, gets fouled, and he's going to go to the line here for 2 shots. Almost finishes at the basket.
Shaquem Wynn, top at the line for the Lions.
First free throw from Rainey is on the way, and he hits. That foul called on Jakeem Wynn, his second.
And this is just a tough night for Southwestern Christian. Not really indicative of the way they are capable of playing. This is a very, very good team that's having a bad night in the Schaefer Center. And last time they played the Lions at their home, it was just a 7-point game at the end. I believe it was like 92 to 86, so somewhere around there. And 93-86, I'm being told by our producer. And that just shows you right there that they are more than capable of playing with this SAGU team.
Darren Sims dives for the ball, but it's going to remain here with the Eagles. Now, John, it just feels like right now with the way they've been playing, SAGU is they're getting hot at the right time. And this what will ultimately turn into a victory, it is kind of indicative of what it means to be hot at the right time. Late in the season with conference tournament play coming up.
Absolutely. This, as a coach, this is exactly what you want to see. And the gel beginning to happen right before postseason is upon you. And you want to end those last 4 to 5 games as a unit that just feels unstoppable. And I think Coach Dill has gotten there. And
they're big ones.
To end
the year.
And you're going to see a 40-point win here, most likely, somewhere in that vicinity. And so, including this game, you know, you're posting against a very good Oklahoma City team 102 points. You win by 12. And then right before that, you win by 13, 96-83. And then you have Oklahoma Panhandle State. You post a win of
34.
34 points, and you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and then even some. And you win a tough game, one that you should have lost against Langston on your home floor, but you gutted it out and you found a way to win. And you know, that's exactly the way you want it to unfold.
Well, they have a date for a revenge game here in a week's time against MacU on the 13th. That is next Thursday. They've dropped one at MacU on January 18th, just by 4.
And that was a game that they had under control, but you lose your second-best player in Kenton Williams to a concussion in the first half. And, you know, that doesn't happen. That game could have easily been very different.
Absolutely. So SAGU now up 92-52, up 40. And that MacU game was their last loss. They are winners of 5 in a row entering today. And it looks to be winners of 6 in a row. So you gotta feel pretty good about SAGU's chances in the Sooner Athletic Conference tournament. Cortland Blake hits a 3, and it just keeps raining down for the Lions. Easy layup there for Jakeem Wynn as we are at 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Jacob Rainey pulls up a 3. That one rattles in and out. Darren Sims with the rebound. He gets fouled, so he's going to go to the line here for a 1-and-1.
And you don't want to stop the guys that don't get a lot of playing time that are on the floor. You don't want to stop them from having fun and getting out there. And you're not really trying to rub it in. This is definitely, Coach Dill would never do that. Now, you've seen him just kind of steadily hold his foot on the brakes. But when it's pouring, man, sometimes you can't help it.
Right.
And he definitely wants to be able to encourage some of the guys that just don't get a lot of playing time, like the guys on the floor. You want to let them just exercise their abilities and their talents, and let them go. So that's kind of what you're seeing, and just everything's falling.
The ball stolen away, picked up by Todman. He's up ahead with it, looking for Rainey. Rainey goes up, and he lays it in. Jacob Rainey takes the good pass by Todman. And SAGU just 2 points away from cracking 100 for the second time in the last 3 games, here against the Eagles. And it looks like Southwestern Christian is going to be content to just kind of dribble this thing away and try to get out of this gym as quickly as possible after taking an absolute beating here against the Lions.
Just a bad day. Everybody's entitled to a bad day. They've been playing really good basketball through the season. This is a good ball club, and just didn't show today.
Cortland Blake picks up a foul into the free throw line for 2 shots as Jakeem Wynn, as we are approaching a minute left in the game.
One of the things that you have to look out, especially as a head coach, and you want to keep your temperature, and you don't want to lose this chemistry. Sometimes lopsided wins like that could do a little bit more damage than good, because college kids get their egos inflated, and it's sometimes hard to psychologically process that you might not actually be as good as you think you are, and that's where the coaches really come into play. And I know that Coach Dill will find some aspects that they need to improve in, and keep these guys in the position of humility.
Well, it's a quick turnaround, too, because they have a rare Tuesday game this week against Texas Wesleyan. It's an away game, but
and that will be a tough game.
For the Lions, it is right up the road, about 35 minutes down 287 to get to Texas Wesleyan. But they have those rare Tuesday games, and it's a big one. You don't want to take a 40-point win and kind of...
Well, SAGU has only lost 3 games. Right. Texas Wesleyan is on that list of losses.
6.
So it's going to be a revenge match. And Texas Wesleyan posted 103 points on this team. So, they've got their work cut out for them. Texas Wesleyan is not going to come in and have a bad game at this point in the season.
And we will let you know how that game, ends up. If you haven't already, give us a follow on all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you can think of, we have. And we will update you on the final score of that away game, the big game against Texas Wesleyan, as that will do it here in the Schaefer Center. The SAGU men's team walks away with a 38-point victory, 98-60. And you got to think Coach Deal has got to be thrilled about that, but you also got to think that his eyes are now focused on Tuesday night against that Texas Wesleyan Rams team. And that is, like you said, it is a big one.
Yeah, they're on to Fort Worth, and that game in itself, just the game and the implications beyond the obvious, standings. There are rivalry implications between SAGU and Texas Wesleyan. It's the matchup just between teams that have about 20 miles between them, and the fans always travel well, and it'll be a good game over there, and it'll be loud, it'll be crazy, and Texas Wesleyan's fighting. They're in fourth place. They're just technically, if you look at it, SAGU should be ranked fourth. So the standings are a little bit out of sorts there. Because SAGU is a half game back in the conference. Well, not now.
Full game.
So
full game up.
Now it's freshly updated, and they are a half game up. That's technically a half game up. And Tuesday is going to be just a huge night for both the Rams Sports and the SAGU Sports Network. It's going to be fun.
The next home game will be next Thursday against MacU, that conference-leading MacU. The Evangels come to town. But for now, the Lions hold on to the home court, and they protect this house with a big win against the Southwestern Christian University Eagles in what feels like a big conference win. But we are going to go live courtside to Riker Russell, who is with Nicholas Mason.
No, I believe it's Kenton Williams.
Kenton Williams, who is with Riker Russell. I'm just used to Nick Mason scoring 50 points a game and being the interview. But Riker, let's go down to you.
Thanks, Adam. Kenton Williams, you had an amazing game and a double-double of 10 points and 13 rebounds. Tell me about your performance today.
It was pretty good, I say. It was pretty much a team answer, team play. We worked the ball good. Probably pretty good.
Y'all's next game is at Texas Wesleyan Tuesday. What is it going to take to upset them on their court?
It's going to take a lot of energy. They got us last time on our court. It was a real upset for us and something we got to get back, a big game for us.
Thank you so much. Congrats on the win today. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Riker. Thank you, Kenton. Big win here for the Lions. For our student-led crew, my broadcast partner, John Cookman, for our courtside reporter, Riker Russell. I am Adam Ferguson. Thank you once again for watching the SAGU Sports Network.